From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a major morning here on Mornings LA. As major corporate earnings are coming on in. We'll have the latest details on those, plus the latest details on crypto. But first, those massive stimulus checks. Stimulus checks for 2023 passed, and they're for you, SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income. 2023 stimulus checks passed law. And we're going to go over all these incredible checks, how you become a member, and how you get them in this recording. First, we'll go over where they came from. Then we'll go over the categories of checks. Then we'll go over each check one at a time. Stimulus checks A to C, stimulus checks E to K, and then stimulus checks L to Q. We'll go over that incredible membership newsletter and how to get those incredible checks. Go right in this video, become a member right now, and get these massive checks. We're not doing $200 checks. We're not doing $600 checks. We're doing $60,000 checks, 20 months of stimulus checks, massive amounts of money in this broadcast from the shores of Santa Monica, California. Averages across the board, 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. Again, these are checks that have passed over the last 3 years. They're already law. They're for you. Congratulations. So exciting on this beautiful brand new day. The sun is out and it's gorgeous here along the coast of Santa Monica, California. We also have major news that's hitting right this moment, heats up this broadcast. McDonald's reports corporate earnings. UPS reports corporate earnings. ExxonMobil slipping. Pfizer slipping on guidance for the rest of this year. Caterpillar missing. Whirlpool fascinating across the board. We also have major economic data that came in. The International Monetary Fund is giving us new guidance for the rest of this year. Crude prices for gasoline is dropping, and a brand new bullish report mirrors what I said over the last few days. We may not actually have a recession. We may have a massive rally for the rest of this year. Consumer discretionary spending was way up. We saw that in the latest numbers that came in from General Motors. Massive numbers on purchases. Later in this broadcast, we'll jump over to cryptocurrency. Bit with a nice little hold at the moment. Ethereum at basically a flat day, and Mana pulling back a little bit as well. But it's a big broadcast. We have a lot to go over. I'm excited. You're here. We got a lot to go over. It's a brand new broadcast from the shores of Santa Monica, California. The deliciousness all starts right here, right now on Mornings LALATE. And good morning, everybody. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing, and the bacon is baconing. You can certainly hear it and smell it in the background. Oh, wow, what a delicious day it is. Massive stimulus checks for you passed over the last 3 years, and they're 2021, and 2022 stimulus checks, averaging fast stimulus, 18 months, $300,000. We're going to go over all these incredible checks in this broadcast. These are checks for you. How many checks are we looking at? 18 months on average. $3,000 a month, 5 checks across the board. What are we going to do in this broadcast? First, we're going to go over the eligibility. And then we'll go over the categories. Then we'll go over each check one at a time. And then, of course, we'll also go over that membership newsletter. Have you become a member? Go right in this video right now and become a member. That is where all those incredible stimulus checks are in that newsletter. Everyone's talking about it. It's at news.lalate.com/newsletter. I'll show you how you do this in just a second as we go through all these incredible 2023 stimulus checks. First, let's go over what are the checks we're going to cover in today's broadcast, and then we're going to go over each wonderful check at a time. $300,000 fast stimulus, 18 months on average, and they're massive amounts of checks we're covering in today's broadcast. 5 checks per month on average, $3,000 across the board, and it's just really quite wonderful. First, let's go over that eligibility. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI, stimulus checks for you, SSDI, Stimulus checks for you, SSA. Stimulus checks for you, veterans. Stimulus checks for you if you made less than $75,000 last year. And if you're a married couple and you made less than $150,000, these are stimulus checks for you. The way that stimulus checks work in 2023 is to pounce and get massive amounts of money. And I don't mean $1,000, I mean $10,000 or $100,000. You got to pounce. And it starts by becoming a member. Going right on this video, joining this channel, becoming a member, subscribing to Channel 1, Channel 2, and Channel 3. You're watching America's #2 most watched financial news channel in America overall, #1 on this subject matter. We have been on fire recently. And let's go over these incredible stimulus checks, A to Q, right now. A to Q are the first groups of checks I'm going to go over with you. They all are for you. $75,000 less for you. Married couple, $150,000 less for you. SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income. These are your stimulus checks. Let's go into A to C starting right now. These came from Joe Biden, and they came from the President of the United States in early of last year, and they're just really quite wonderful. They really are quite wonderful. And he established them by executive action in spring of last year. And how much is it? It's a lot of money. It's about $100,000 across these first three checks, A, B, and C. And let's look at those beautiful checks and what he did. Well, in spring of 2022, the President of the United States passed a series of executive actions. And immediately that night, I featured them on this channel. Immediately that night, the members of this channel started getting those incredible checks. And they're just really wonderful. Massive amounts of money, nearly $100,000 across these first three 2023 stimulus checks for you. $100,000 passed law by executive action. The way that Congress, the way the president, the way that legislators work is they pass laws and they don't tell you about it. It's your job to learn about them. And if no one tells you, you don't get the money. That's why you're watching LALATE this morning. And we're going over those incredible checks, A, B, and C right now. But before we go over each of them individually, let's look at these categories. After C, then came E through K. From Congress. Congress passed more checks thereafter, establishing then hundreds of checks for you. I'm going to go through E through K one at a time in this broadcast. Then I found you L and M, N and O, and P and Q. Those checks come up later in this broadcast. Again, these are great checks. So let's start with the first three checks from Joseph Biden, A, B, and C right now. One of the great questions, I love tough questions because it means you're listening and learning and earning, is people been asking in recent days, I'm a renter, which one do I not qualify for? That's a great, tough question. The only check renters do not qualify for, obviously, is check A. So everything else on your screen is for you if you're a renter. So let's go into that stimulus check A first. And what is the biggest, longest paying of all the checks? B. What is my favorite stimulus check? N. And we're going to go over each of these one at a time. Let's go into the stimulus checks, starting with A for my homeowners. Stimulus check A is a beautiful $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. How do I get it? How do you get it? You go right in this video, become a member, subscribe, and go right into that membership newsletter and go to stimulus check A. Click the link and go grab it. Go apply. Now, let's go to stimulus check B, which is for everyone, renters and homeowners. Stimulus check B is the best paying of all the stimulus checks in terms of duration on this channel because it's paying on average 18 months of stimulus checks. Now, let's be frank. I do have stimulus checks in this broadcast that pay you over $500,000, but this is the check that's paying the most months. On average, 18 months of stimulus checks. We're doing big money here, folks, and that's why you want to become a member. Go right in this video, become a member. Welcome the nearly 100 new members who are joining all three channels. Channel 1, Channel 2, and Channel 3 going into these incredible membership newsletters daily. And that membership newsletter took a brand new face yesterday. We'll go over why the newsletter is even better than ever before. It's coming up in a second. Go down to stimulus check B, and this is the one that's helping pay people 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. You've seen John Maloof, you've seen the other viewers, they became a member, and within just days, they got that fast stimulus. It's happening all the time. Now, in addition to those stimulus checks A, B, and C from Joe Biden, then came stimulus check C. Stimulus check C is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And how do you get that beautiful stimulus check C? You go under the video, become a member, then go down into the membership newsletter at stimulus check C. It tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. 12 places, so make sure you reach out to all 12 places. And how much money can you get for these incredible stimulus check C's? Let's look at some of those numbers right now. And no one has gotten people more money for any of this anywhere in American history except me, LALATE. I've gotten people over $50 million of stimulus since this channel launched in 2020. Do you want $30,000 of rent stimulus? Of course you do. Go under this video, become a member. Subscribe. Go down to Stimulus Check C in the membership newsletter. It tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it at 12 different places. You're going to get a no, but you're also going to get lots of yeses and get that beautiful Stimulus Check C for rent. Do you want your utility bills paid? Of course you do. Your water, your electric, your heating oil, your gas. It could be a lot of money and a lot of months. Lynn Glenn, 15 months. Her friends, 14 months. People all across the board from the channel are getting 14 to 18 months of utilities. And that's 4 utility bills a month. Folks, that's a lot of wonderful, wonderful money. Get those utility bills paid at Stimulus Check C in the membership newsletter. Become a member right now. Then SNAP. I've gotten so many people so much money for SNAP, I always underestimate how much it has been. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $250,000 over 10 years. I keep on getting people massive amount of money. One of the great questions, let me go back to that SNAP graphic. I'm getting some questions about, is SNAP ending? No. SNAP is not ending. The add-on for SNAP that was in some states is phasing out, but SNAP is not going away. SNAP has been around for over 100 years. Let's go now to combinations of checks. The way you do it for stimulus is you get one type of stimulus, and then you get another one, and you get another one. Because remember that earlier graphic? A to Q? Yeah. So you don't just stop with B, you go get C, and then you go get E to Q as well. So Nisi was at 23,000, she went to 50,000. Mark was at 32,000, he went to a whopping 50,000. But I told Mark to go get more money. He went to 100,000. They got Stimulus Check B, which we just went over, 66,000. They brought up to 166,000. Great job, Mark. Keep on doing what you're doing so well. And here's Lorraine. She was at 105. She went to 155. Now, 155 has not been the ceiling because we've had a lot of viewers go over $200,000 of 2023 stimulus on this channel. Yes, incredible sums of money, like Dragon, 170,000 as a triple member to all 3 channels. Have you become a member? Do it right now. You deserve these sums of money. Again, we are so far at Stimulus Check C, going through A, B, and C from the President of the United States, passed in spring of last year. Before we continue into Stimulus Checks E through K, let's remember a couple things. This is fast stimulus. It's big sums of money. And it's a lot of months of stimulus checks. That's what you want. Now, before we continue into Stimulus Checks E through K, let's take a look back at that eligibility. The eligibility is unchanged across all these initial checks, and these are stimulus checks for you, SSI, stimulus checks for you, SSDI, SSA veterans. But let's also take a look at something else. How do we get these checks? Step 1, going under this video, subscribing. Subscribe to LALATE 1, subscribe to LALATE 2. Subscribe to LALATE 3. There are 3 broadcasting channels in this broadcasting family. Subscribe to all 3 channels. It's free to subscribe. Then become a member to at least one of the channels and get that incredible membership newsletter Monday through Friday. That's where you get the stimulus check applications applied for. Stimulus checks in 2023 are monster sums of money, and you need to pounce to get the checks. We're not talking about a few pennies in a fountain. We're talking monster sums of money, paying your bills for a long time. And how do you get into that membership newsletter? There it is. In December 2022, I had a great idea to deliver you a Christmas gift of putting the membership newsletter in a second location. Initially, the membership newsletter was delivered only from me to you Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, via the YouTube alerts. And it worked great for 2 years. But I thought, can we make this even better? What if we could have a membership newsletter? You don't have to wait for me to send you anything. You could see it around the clock, as many times you want. Instantly, you could become a member and go right into that membership newsletter over a holiday. And that's why I delivered this Christmas gift over a holiday. And that is the second location, the additional location, which is on the screen, and everyone loves it. It's news.lalate.com/newsletter. That's a website. It's a website. You don't even have to remember the location of the website because that address is at the top of the chat, the pinned comment, and the description of the video. You click it and you go right in and you are into the newsletter. You just have 3 things you have to do. Subscribe, become a member, and then go into the member post on your channel. And every member post says current member password. At that moment, the current member password, and you take the member password and you put it right into the newsletter, and you're in. It's a password protected website that is only for you as a special member of this channel. You deserve special treatment. You put that password in, you're right into that membership newsletter, and you're going and getting stimulus checks A, B, and C. But you know what I'm about to say. You know exactly what I'm about to say, because you're not going to stop at stimulus check A, B, and C. No, because I got more checks for you. Okay, so let's go back onto those stimulus checks. Now that we've done A, B, and C, we understand about the membership newsletters. Go into stimulus checks E through K. E through K are the ones that are coming from Congress in spring of last year, and they are deliciousness. And those incredible checks just keep on paying and making people so happy across the board. Of these checks, I love stimulus check N, and the viewers do as well. Len Glenn, Spelly, Frank, John Maloof, and another person last night saying, oh my goodness, I want to get that tablet. Yeah, that's stimulus check N. So in the membership news, that's stimulus check N. Let's look at that beautiful stimulus check N right now. But we're first going to go all over E through K, and then we're going to go to L to Q. So E to K are from Congress, and they're in the membership news are all together. Stimulus check E, $7,500. Wow, love it. And again, these are the same eligibility. These are stimulus checks for you as we went over earlier in the eligibility. Stimulus check F, $4,000 stimulus check. Great, love it. Stimulus check G, 30% off. Stimulus check H, $2,000. Wow, great. Stimulus check I, $8,000. Stimulus check J, $8,000. Stimulus check K, $14,000. Just incredible. So there you are. We are at stimulus check K. A through C from Joe Biden. E through K from the Congress. And then L through Q from me. I found more other stimulus checks that were not done at the same time, and I'm always looking for more stimulus checks. You're going to see another one coming up in a second. And that is the breadth of research that goes into every recording on 3 channels that air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on LALATE. Have you become a member? Do it right now. Have you subscribed to all 3 channels? Do it right now. Have you told your friends and family, come on over and watch this guy? He's the real deal. On LALATE 1, you have all this. On LALATE 2, you have Stimulus Live 24/7. On Channel 3, you have the wonderful, incredible broadcasts of Crypto Live as well. You deserve all these incredible sums of money. Go get all these incredible sums of money across the board. Now, let's go into the continuation of these beautiful checks, and we're going to go over to L through Q. And L to Q are great checks left and right. So after stimulus checks E through K, then Congress came along, and they then there were other checks that were passed thereafter, and I found those for you across the board. Stimulus check L, $100,000 on average. Stimulus check M, a $4,000 stimulus check. Stimulus check N, a beautiful, beautiful free computer, tablet, internet as well. And then stimulus check O, a 0 down payment, 0 closing costs on a brand new mortgage. Just love it. Then we go to stimulus check P and Q. P is 3% down, and Q is an $8,000 stimulus check. Just absolutely incredible. Now, those stimulus checks, A through Q, as you saw in that earlier graphic, all have the same eligibility. But in addition to those stimulus checks, I have other stimulus checks for you as well. My small business owners, go get stimulus check R. It's in the membership newsletter. It's stimulus check R. It's the employee tax retention credit. It's $26,000 per employee you kept on staff during the pandemic. You heard me right. If you had 10 of these employees, it's $500,000. 20 of these employees is $500,000. It's based upon a calculation of whether you kept employees on staff when the pandemic hit and how many quarters you did it. That's the calculation. $5,000 for per employee that you kept on staff in all of 2020. $21,000 per employee if you kept them on staff 3 quarters of 2021. $26,000 across the board. Yeah, I find big stimulus on this channel. This is big stimulus across the board. We also have PEBT stimulus heating up as well, which is for children that are still getting paid for those days that they stay home from schools during the pandemic. Those checks are coming out across the board. Unemployment stimulus is heating up as well. How do you file an unemployment claim? You go to your state's Department of Unemployment. If you're a fired W-2 employee, step 1, what date were you fired? Put it in. Step 1, you're also going to be asked, willing to work? Yes. Able to work? Yes. Claim is done. Claim is approved. Then at step 2, it's going to ask you, do you want a weekly check for each week that you're a fired W-2 employee? Of course you do. So you go in there and do that 1 week at a time. And folks, it's a lot of money. It's tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, CUC 2023 has massive stimulus across the board. Massive stimulus left and right. We have all these incredible stimulus checks that were done by the president, by the Congress, and we have so much more money coming left and right across the board. In the big second half, I'm going to show you how to make even more money as we're going to look at the latest details on those market movers today. Coming up in the big second half, we'll be looking at crypto. Look at those runs. Do you want to make a 45% return on your investment today? That is not a typo. Mask, the crypto coin, is up 45% today alone. At the time of this broadcast, 9:34 a.m. Have you been tracking it? I hope you are. You're watching this recording. Go right and start watching it. Put it on your alerts. There's RAD, up 16% in just a few hours. Render token, we heard about it from me on this channel 2 days ago. It's back on fire again, up another 13%. I'm loving Render token. Look at that price point, up another 16 cents for a $1.41 coin. You have a dollar. Of course you have a dollar. And let's look at what's going on with the major coins across the board. Mana, pulling back a little bit. Ethereum, flat, and Bit flat. But we have breaking news on economic fronts. Crude prices, new bullish report, consumer discretionary spending way up. And we have major corporate earnings that came in just minutes ago. McDonald's, UPS, ExxonMobil, Pfizer, Caterpillar, Whirlpool as well. I told you this was a great show today. It is just on fire. And I'm going to be on fire with you in the big second half. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Mornings LA continues on air.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.